have you led an audit of any organization? Yes or no? I don't want a long answer. Yes or no? Have you led an audit of any organization of which you were in charge?
Senator, in both of the organizations I ran, we were always completely fiscally responsible.
Yes or no? Did you lead an audit?
And the way
yes or no? Did you lead an audit? Yes or no? What are you afraid of? You can't answer this question. Yes or no? Did you lead an audit? Do you not know this answer?
Senator, every part of my leadership of these organizations has been misrepresented.
I will take that as a no. What were the findings? So there were no findings because you've never led an audit. What guidance did you give the auditors? None, because you've never led an audit. Nobody expects you to be an accountant, Mr. Hegseth. What we expect is for you to understand the complexity of this Pentagon budget process that is absolutely necessary to outfit our warfighters.
That was just a small taste of what happened at today's confirmation hearing for President-elect Trump's pick to be the next Secretary of Defense, Pete Hegseth. I know, a lot of yelling. But I want you to understand the process before you get all fired up about the political show. So in that clip, Pete Hegseth was being grilled by Senator Tammy Duckworth, a Democrat from Illinois. Now, in case you don't know her, she is an Iraq War veteran, Purple Heart recipient who lost her legs and partial use of her right arm after the helicopter she was co-piloting was hit by a rocket-propelled grenade fired by an Iraqi insurgent. Now, she was grilling Hegseth about whether he has the skills to audit the Pentagon budget, which is almost $1 trillion. Because, fact, the Pentagon has not been able to pass an audit for years, which is clearly a problem that needs solving and would have to be solved by the new Secretary of Defense. Now, I show you that clip not because I'm trying to point out Senator Duckworth or Pete Hegseth. I show you that clip because I want you to understand that these confirmation hearings get really heated. Not all of them, but most of them. This is not uncommon. When the nominees are Republicans, the Democrats on the committee doing the questioning will grill them, and the Republicans give the nominees softball questions. And then when the nominees are Democrats, the roles are reversed, and Republicans on the committee are the ones doing the grilling, and Democrats are the ones asking the softballs. None of this should be a surprise to you, and I want you to understand that we are going to see this process repeated over and over and over for most of Trump's cabinet nominees, especially the ones that are controversial. So brace yourself for a lot of yelling in the next few weeks. Sometimes the senators do this because they're passionate about an issue, and sometimes they do it to get airtime on TV. I'm not going to lie. But getting past all the yelling and the political theater, the real question is, will those nominees who are sitting in that hot seat be confirmed by the Senate? Well, I don't predict the future, but I sure can explain the process to you. So let's take Pete Hegseth as an example. The president-elect nominated him to be the next Secretary of Defense. Now, according to the United States Constitution, the Senate has to confirm that cabinet position. So the Senate Armed Services Committee, which is responsible for oversight of the entire Defense Department, will be in charge of handling that nominee. That means the members of the Senate Armed Services Committee will hold private meetings with the nominee, will conduct background checks and ethics reviews of the nominee, and then will ultimately schedule a hearing, like the one you saw today. Once the hearings are over, the members on that committee vote to either advance the nomination or scrap the nomination. Because Republicans control the Senate, they are also the majority on all of the Senate committees. All it takes is a simple majority of the committee to advance the nomination. So there's a good chance that Trump's nominees, if they get to this stage, will advance. Then the full Senate takes a vote on that cabinet nominee, which, again, would only need a simple majority. And since Republicans have 53 members in the United States Senate, if that nominee gets to that point, it's pretty certain the nominee will be confirmed.